Hi, this is Carmel. I'm the Crazy Cricket Lady, and today I'm going to show you how to deal with text in Inkscape. It's not that hard, really. I'll show you how to curve text and how to line it up, how to make it the same size that you need, how to format it so that it is all together and not individual letters, and I'll show you how to choose a font in Inkscape. So let's get started. This is our text. As you can see, this part of it and this part of it are both curved. I'll show you how to deal with that in a minute. But first we're going to check in Design Space and see what the text is. Akasha. Okay, that's fairly easy. It's my font. It's installed on my computer. I will put a link to it up in the comments about where I got it from. First, we're going to deal with the happy, since it's fairly easy. The text function in Inkscape is this letter A here, and you just click and type. And I'm going to type all three of these just to have them on here. Dash or Irish A. And then I'm going to come down here and start another one. And then I'm going to come down here and start the third one. And make them just the same, so we'll make that and the exclamation point. We've got them all. We're going to go back to the arrow. I'm going to drag them over here a little closer. And now we're going to change them all to Akasha. Just click on it. Double click on it actually. Highlight it all and type Akasha, AKA. And there it is. Double click on it and change this KA. And they're all the right text. Now, to make it the right size, the happy is easy. Just take this, go back to the arrow, take this over, put it on top of that, and shrink it down. Make sure you hold your control key or you'll warp it out of shape like I just did. So Control Z takes it back, hold the control key, and press it down. And see if we get that just a little too big. Let's make it there. That's the exact size I need it to be. So we'll just set that up there right now. Over and under are two different ways to do them in Inkscape to bend your text. It's a little confusing. So we're going to start this with you need a circle. And we're just going to draw this a little bigger than what we need. Oops. Go back to the arrow key. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, now, you're going to have both of them selected first. Text, put on path. Now, that's the wrong way, obviously. So, you need to select only the oval, and then you need to change its shape. And then you need to rotate it. Okay, that looks like about the curve we want. We'll make it work. Okay, then to separate it, select the text only, text, object to path. And now this is all a path. Now we'll shrink it down till it's about the right size. And there it is. That looks about right. It might be a little big, but I don't think it matters that much, that little bit. Okay, and that's how you make things curve like that. Now to do the bottom one. Do it exactly the same way, but there's a little trick to it. We'll get to that in a second. Text, put on path. Now, obviously, that's not going to work. If we have it around the outside of the circle, it makes it shaped the wrong way. So we need to get it on the inside edge of the circle. And that's easier to do than you think it is. This little key up here inverts it. But first, you got to put the text on top. Make sure it's the top layer. That's very important. And then highlight them all, so both the circle, and click invert. That's this little triangle over top of another triangle. And that does it. And then you select just the text, tell it object to path, move the circle out of the way, and there's your text. Now you shrink it down to size. A little more, I think. There we go. And there is the text we need. And that's how you do text in Inkscape. We'll get this lined up just where we want it. Maybe put the, okay. We're going to, and this you've seen before, align and distribute. We're going to center it all horizontally. To make sure it's all one unit and it all sticks together, what you want to do is go to Path and Combine. That will make it one continuous path. And when you transfer it back into Design Space, it'll let that be one individual graphic that transfers. It makes things a lot easier than working with individual letters. Another way you can do text is, as an example, this card that had a lot of text in a foreign language. Basically, I copy-pasted what it's supposed to look like, wrote it out, converted to a path, and then separate it. Now, it's going to travel all together. And we're going to line up the first letter and size it so that the first letter is about the right size, which will make all the other letters the right size. Okay, now what we're going to do is grow this. You hit plus a few times and then place each letter where it's supposed to be. In other words, rotate each letter around so that it's right over top of the letter it's supposed to be. And you do that by clicking twice, getting the rotate, and that's about right. As you can see, this is just a slight bit bigger, but that's okay because the text is sort of right. Okay. This one. And you go about placing each letter right where it's supposed to be. I have difficulty sometimes working with bending it to a curve, so this is a way to make that a little easier. You're essentially placing each letter sort of the way you do in Design Space if you want to separate the letters and do things. It's much the same concept. And we can get all of these to line up exactly the right size and exactly the right shape. And that way we can copy the text have it fill in right properly so that it's right size, completely filled in. Okay, as you can see, that's about right. And then we'll take this and move it out of the way. Go back over here. That's going to get out of the way a little more. Okay, now select this whole text, and as you know, everything's got to be included. And go to Path, Combine. And there it is, perfectly lined up. We'll shrink it down. This is another card that I have posted on my page. And that goes right there. And see, it fits in. Ta-da! Another way to do curved text. Hi, this is Carmel. I'm Crazy Cricket Lady. Just wrapping up how to do text. Next section we're going to do is duplicating and color matching. Something that needs done before you transfer stuff back to Design Space. So, see you in the next lesson. Bye now.